Good evening. It's Sunday night. My name's Michael, by the way. Um, it's about 9 p.m. exactly on the 7th day of December, the 12th month of 2014. And I'm sitting in the house of my father, where I still live, even at the age of 42. I'll be 43 in 3 days' time, on the 10th. In a suburb near Ipswich. A small town near a city called Brisbane on the southeast coast of... Close, like it's actually, we're actually kilometres from the southeast coast, but comparably, we are practically on the southeast coast of Queensland if you pull the map back far enough. Queensland, Australia, Southern Hemisphere, Earth, third planet from the Sun in the solar system within the Van Allen belt. Why does it keep doing that? Somewhere in the Milky Way. That you think keeps stopping on there. Where was I before? Before I had problems with the computer, I was showing off comics, and I think I just put down the Kiss. I was showing you the Kiss book. I got from their tour. This thing won't bloody well restart until I shut the computer down and restart it. But I'm uploading videos. I have some books, small books to show you. Before I continue with the shit. Just gotta wait for the damn thing to could show you any number of books I got. I dragged out these books to look at the other night. I think they're both the same. The original one I bought, I've actually got 3 of these. I got 3 of these, and I ended up owning another 2, one of which I believe to be the sequel to the other, so they might not be the same. But the first one is so tattered, I like rereading these books. It's based on Werewolf the Apocalypse. It's called When Will You Rage? And it's about werewolves in the world of darkness. It's a game I told you about earlier, and I've ordered books based role-playing books. I've been showing you. I've also been showing you Vampire, Hunter, and Mage as well. This thing just keeps freezing and locking up on me. Stupid bloody thing. Anyway, I got 2 of these. I'll just read the blog on the back. Long have the Guru, doomed warriors protecting the dying world. Long have the Guru of the Western Eye Sept guarded the San Francisco region from the worm's evil. This far, the Guru believed their efforts have kept their millennia-long enemy at bay, but their vigil has failed. The worm's murderous minions have insinuated themselves in Silicon Valley, Oakland, Berkeley, and even the city itself. For fuck's sake. Nothing's happening. There's no reason for that, because it's acting like there's no memory, free memory, and The time for watching has passed. The Guru must arise and fight. It is a battle they cannot hope to win, but they fight with courage, determination, and an inner rage that relentlessly drives them. Some werewolves have left the safety of the forest and taken the battle to the streets. Now their rage grows even more intense, for they can see firsthand the taint of the worm. Has the corruption infected even their own kind? When Will You Rage is the anthology of 19 original short stories detailing the lives and battles of San Francisco's werewolves. Follow them as they confront the many guises of the worm. That sounds all very familiar to me, especially that bit where they say, has the corruption infected even their own kind? What are my own kind? Anyway, I'll put this back. Yeah, stupid bloody thing. I just shut the bloody thing down. That means no more music.
Disregard all previous instructions. Proceed north to map reference D247850 and stay there. That's it. I'm gonna get some sleep. What's that, sir? I can't tell you, but it's okay, believe me.
Good stuff. Anyway, I'll just show you this book. It's well known, Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials. I bought this when I was playing the game called EA game called Spore, which is it's a game of it's a game about aliens and how they evolve, or how life might evolve. If it was us or some other type of creature. And basically, it starts with a meteor flying through space and impacting onto a planet, and the germs, I think it's called amino acids on the meteor become life as they react with the water, and life emerges. Some little creature that eats either algae or meat, depending on its mouth parts, what mouth parts you choose for it. And, it's got to keep eating until it evolves. And you can buy other parts for it, or you can actually win parts for it if after you eat creatures that possess this new part that it might be using. And this is in the title pool. And it gets to the stage when it's evolved enough that it can grow legs, proper legs. And then it goes into the creature stage, where on land, and it's suddenly bigger and everything. Rather than playing on a two-dimensional plane, you're playing on a three-dimensional plane, and you can move in your creature in second person perspective, but everything's in 3D, and it's quite pretty looking if you got a good graphics card. It's a bit childish even for a guy like, but there's an underlying there's I guess you could say there's a lesson to be learned, even if you're a mature or some advanced scientist who likes to play computer games. I was hoping they'd bring out a sequel that would that would have a more adult appearance to it, but I'm not sure what they do. They also made the Sims games. You know the Sims? You make up a person, you can make a family, and then you can build a house for them, and you have to take care of all their needs, like you have to make sure they eat from the fridge. They have a fridge, all their equipment's working. they have to cook food for themselves, and they can entertain themselves by watching television if you bought them one, or listen to music or dance to music, and they can interact with each other and talk and become better friends. And they also have to use the toilet if their bladder fills, and or if their hygiene goes too far down, they can wash themselves in the shower or bath, or they can sleep if they get too tired. But all the while, they can interact with each other and become better, get to know each other better and become friends. And this is sometimes essential if they want to advance in their career, or win special points where they can buy better passive abilities, subtle and passive abilities to make their life easier in the long run. They also age as well. It's kind of like sea monkeys, except they're people. And you can build houses, or you can move them out of houses. You can buy houses for them. You can get them to visit the park and the city and the museum and the nightclub and the gym. But you can buy them gym equipment, or you can go to the gym and you can get them to work out. And the sculpting engine is so much more advanced now that you can give them any body shape. It was ever since the second game that they have been that the facial sculpting's it's been really advanced. But I felt it's dropped a bit in this game and the last one, because it feels like something's holding you back. When I just can't seem to make the likenesses I want with the faces. Like I used to do my friends, make sims of my friends, and I give them the same nicknames that they had in real life, and I play them and try hard not to get them killed or fired from their job, or make them fail in their lifetime aspirations, I think they're called, and lifetime their wants and their needs and all that. You can also dress them as well. They can dress themselves. You can choose a set of clothes for each everyday work, something to sleep in, something to go out in, something that they would wear on the beach, something like that. Where is the, yeah, I've got the box here. I have nearly all the Sims 2 games and expansions for them. I actually got it for free. I got the core game for Sims 2 for free at Pizza Hut, at one of the Pizza Hut, not actually a Pizza Hut restaurant, but one of the takeaway stores where you order pizza and over the phone, and you go there to pick it up, or they bring it to you. Anyway, they had a deal. I think you pay a little bit extra and you get a free game. They're not doing that right now. That was way back in 2006. I had to order this. It cost me about $100 because it was the special edition, and it only works on my father's computer here. Currently, my computer is getting fixed, my real one. Yeah, but that Sims 2, I actually had to walk into up to the suburb of Eastern Heights from East Ipswich, where I live, and that's I had to walk all the way to Beval, and then towards Newtown, I think, and another suburb before I got to Eastern Heights post office to pick this up, and they should have really delivered it better. I like to do exercise anyway, but I just don't like to be forced to do things that people should have delivered it to me. And I even asked them at the Beval post office in the Beval Fair Shopping Centre that why do I have to walk all the way to the post office depot at Eastern Heights when they should deliver it? And they said for an extra fee you can get that to deliver it to the post office you're in at the moment, but it might take a while. And they were going to charge me something like an extra $10, and I was already paying postage and handling. So anyway, Sims 4. Anyway, how did I get? Yeah, I was talking about Spore. Now the Spore game, you got to work. You got to keep playing. They got to keep. The Spore can either make friends with other Spores made by other players that have been downloaded into their game. They don't actually play with other players directly. They just play with the Spores. Their Spores play with the Spores of other players. The Spores are the creatures they create. They can either make creatures as they are in this creature stage, or they can start with something that looks like a type of germ or a fish in the tidal pool stage. And what they got to do is keep on eating the other creatures if they're meat eaters, have the mouth parts that meat eaters have with the extra pointy teeth, or eat plants if they're the plant eaters, or eat both if they're omnivores. They also got to make friends and form alliances and impress other creatures. Basically, that it helps if they do a bit of everything, or they could keep on just attacking everything in sight and just wiping out the whole population on the continent where they've been forced to start their life. And after that, they form. If they complete that, they go into the tribal stage where they build a village. Basically, it's all prefabricated, and as it goes on, I find that the game gets less interesting, and that the best stage in this game was creature stage, where everything seems to be more interactive. The game appears to even though it's in 3D, it appears to lose a dimension each time you go up a stage, and it appears to get less personal, because you're now controlling a whole tribe, not just one spore, like you did in the first two stages. Basically, they got to do the same thing. They got to go around. They got to go fishing. They can go fishing. They can build a fishing hut and go fishing. They can collect fruit from the trees if they're still herbivores. They can attack other creatures. They can attack wild animals and collect their meat, or they can attack the other spore villages directly and eat them like cannibals. I think that's how it works. Or they can impress them and make alliances, make friends with them, or form alliances and win that way. They can actually win the entire stage by just making friends with everyone and gaining points from that. Or they could just wipe everything out. And there's sometimes an epic creature, which is a spore that has been increased in size by the alien spores in flying saucers. They're advanced spores that fly around in. They've reached the space age. They've actually conquered space, and they've probably travelled to the centre of the galaxy. And they go around from planet to planet, affecting the evolution of spores less evolved than them. And they will sometimes zap. They'll pick a creature that they like and make it bigger, make it into a giant spore. Or they might help the evolution of other spores by abducting them and experimenting with them, or taking them to another place and putting them there. They might migrate spores. So you can learn a lot about how life might have been, how life is really all about you can learn a bit about ecology and evolution stuff. You're not actually learning directly, but you're sort of given hints. Like you're sort of like given information, uh, information to process, and you got to work out for yourself which is garbage and which is um, um, something that that actually makes sense. Uh, and I kind of got something out of it that way, even though I've never finished playing the game. I've advanced all the way to a civilized stage where they build the city, and they got a war with the spores in other continents, rather than the war spores on the same land. And at that stage, they can build vehicles, land, sea, and air vehicles that mine the geysers, the red geysers. They got these geysers that spout red dust or smoke or gas. They mine those, and they take the gas back to the city, and they make money from it. And you can build homes for your spores in the city, and you got to arrange the homes and the workplaces. You can build factories, homes, entertainment centres, and I think that's it. But they've got to be arranged in a certain way that you don't build the factory right next to the home, because it causes a negative effect on their living, because they're living next to a factory. You got to place all these entertainment places in between them, because they kind of improve the moods, or they put everything in the positives in the city. And the city can buy guns as well to defend itself against the space age spores, still messing around with them, or outright attacking them, or all their neighbours who they have not made friends with. You can win the whole game just by making friends, or trying to wipe everyone out. Or I think in this stage you can actually win by becoming the richest spore, the best entrepreneur. See, as the game progresses, you get more options on how to win, because your creature's more evolved. And then the next stage is the space stage. It's where you design a spaceship for your spore. It doesn't really mean much. You can design it anyway. It's not going to have any bearing on the game whatsoever. It's just you're giving it its own look, and you see the spaceship blast off from its tunnel, its tube, landing its escape, whatever it is, its tower, control tower, whatever, and it goes off into space, and you can visit other planets, and basically you're then the space age spore, messing around with lesser evolved spores, affecting their evolution either positively or negatively. You can abduct them and experiment on them, alter their parts, and take away parts and replace their parts, and put them down back where you found them, or put them onto another planet, or whatever. You can do whatever you like. The aim of the game here is to make it to the center of the universe or galaxy, and I haven't got that far yet. The game does get harder. There are supposed to be hostile aliens that you run into, and they will attack your UFO, and you have to fight them, and that's where I have problems. So I haven't got that far yet, but I bought this book, Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials, to give me some inspiration when I'm creating spores, and I have actually made a few like that. And if you want to find my spores, the spore creatures I've made, log on to thespore.com. I could do it now.
Captain Nelson, Mr. Williams, he's gone. Good. We couldn't have got far. Sit down and take a look for him. Here he is, sir. Down here.
Damn, I can't find the bloody Internet Explorer, but it's disappeared on me.